Booktube Nation, I'm Sam here again with A Bear and Bee Books, and today I'm so excited. I'm bringing you another announcement for the Fairytaleathon. The Fairytaleathon is a readathon that I am a co-creator for that has been going on now for quite some time. I believe this will be our 5th edition, and I'm really excited to bring this one to you. So basically the readathon has always been about fairy tale, myth, folklore, both original and retellings. But we change up the format sometimes. Last time we did a heroes versus villains style, like a teams edition, and that was a lot of fun. And this time we're bringing to you the Choose Your Own Adventure Fairytaleathon. Yay! So I'm really excited. When is it going to be running? The next edition of Fairytaleathon will be running from September 20th through September 30th. So it's kind of a nice way to round out the end of the month, and it actually gives you 11 days to read, which will be really nice. We have lots of prompts for this one, and I'd like to go over them with you so you can start planning out your TBRs. There is a surprise along the way. Each of the participants, depending on which adventure they choose, will come across stardust in their journey, and when they come across this stardust, then they will be able to utilize it on their journey to switch out a prompt. It's like discovering something on your adventure. So what are the different adventures you can take? I'll put a copy of one of the maps up here for you so you can kind of see what it's going to look like. And down below I'll also leave the link for the Google page so you can check that out as well. But yeah, so there will be the hero, the witch, and the rogue. So you'll have 3 different adventures to choose from. But of course, if you're super ambitious, you can do all 3. But to be entered into the prize, you do need to complete one. You'll have to stay tuned to see which one I've selected. I'm going to be attempting one of the paths myself. And I think to complete a path, you have to read 5 things. Now, that can just be things on Goodreads. It doesn't necessarily all have to be long books. They could be graphic novels or short stories. Let me go ahead and I'll go over the prompts with you, and I'll let you know some of the additional information. Also, my co-hosts for this particular edition of Fairytaleathon are Becky and Jordan, and I will leave their channels down below. Definitely go ahead and check out their channels. They have lots of different kinds of content. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to ask any of us. We'll be happy to help. So first we'll start with the hero. So with the hero, the first prompt is that you're going to seek counsel with the queen. And for this one, either an original fairy tale or a retelling featuring royalty. Next, you begin your journey through the mysterious forest. And here you just simply have to read a book with green on the cover. Next, you find a cottage in the woods belonging to a witch. And for this one, you have to read a book with an eerie or spooky setting. And the 4th prompt is you seek counsel from a stranger to help you with the final leg of your journey. And for this one, you read a fairy tale or retelling with more than one point of view. And finally, you complete your quest, which is the group book. And the group book is, I'll put a picture up here for you, is Star Daughter by Shveta, Thakrar. And it's supposed to have some Hindu mythology in it, so I'm really excited to check that out and to hopefully learn some more. I studied a lot of mythology in college, and I really find it interesting. So I'm really excited to get to this one. Okay, next, let's talk about the witch. So if you choose the witch's path, the first thing is you're going to see a mysterious light, and you recognize it as a sign. And for this one, you have to read a fairy tale or retelling with black on the cover. In the second part of your journey, you have to gather herbs. That's a fairy tale or retelling with nature on the cover. In step 3, you prepare rituals and spells. And for this one, you have to read a book that features either witches or the occult. 4 is you travel to the castle with a familiar. And for this one, you have to read a fairy tale or retelling with an animal on the cover. And finally, you seek counsel with the queen. And this is where you're going to read the group book. Okay, in the beginning, the rogue has been exiled from their kingdom and they're coming to ours and they see a light. And for this one, you have to read a book that has outlaws in it. Next, you pass by a cottage in the woods and no one's there, so you steal some stuff. And for this one, you have to read a book that you stole from somebody else's TBR. Doesn't matter what TBR you've seen, steal their book. I mean, don't really steal it. You know what I mean? Number 3 is you sell your items in a nearby village for a horse. And for this one, you're going to want to read a fairy tale or retelling with gold on the cover. Prompt 4 is you ride through the forest towards the castle. And for this one, you have to read a book or like a graphic novel that you know you can complete quickly. And finally, you arrive at the castle to speak with the queen. And this is, of course, again, to read the group book. So those are all the prompts. I know that's a lot of information. Like I said, I will leave our Google link down below so you can kind of check out the maps and check out some more information there. If you have any questions about how the readathon is going to work, please let us know. Our Twitter is at FAIRYTALEATHON. I will leave that down below as well. Check in on there. There'll be more information coming as well. And yeah, if you just have a question or want to know a little bit more about one of the paths, let us know. There will be a prize for each of the paths. So there will be a witch's prize, a hero's prize, and a rogue's prize. And to qualify for each of those prizes, you have to read books for each of those, obviously except for the group book, because that's all the same thing, right? So, and those will each be either a wand for the witch, a sword for the hero, and a money bag for the rogue, and those will be $15 gift cards through, I believe, either Amazon or Book Depository. So more information to come on that. But yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait to film my TBR. We're not super strict, so try and follow the prompts, but you know, don't overanalyze it too much. Yeah, and I'm excited to be working with Becky and Jordan again. I look forward to experiencing this readathon. My love of fairy tales grows every time we do one of these, and I hope that you have a wonderful time as well if you're able to join us. So yeah, so if you made it to the end, thank you. And I'm really excited. Again, it's going to be hosted September 20th through September 30th. So you have a full 11 days to read. And yeah, let's choose our own adventure. Thanks for being here with me today. Farewell for now. Bye-bye.